My son. Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas. His ass going to prison. If he goddamn keep shit up, his ass going to prison.
Then he wanna talk about some other like this being shit. This being shit. No, I'm being real. You lying. You lying. You over here flagging. You're cat. Don't be in this bitch. Wait till I come back in the market late night and then it's just you and I slap you up. Yeah. You trying to act all tough? All like this in front of all your people. Tell your mama I said happy Mother's Day. And then Karen in my face and shit. Like what?
Stand by right here for me. 42, I'm 10 extend, 1 detain. Spread your legs slightly. I just need to pat you down.
And the wildest part? T.I. himself warned everybody back in 2022 that if King didn't chill out, this exact train wreck was coming. Nobody can honestly act shocked because the red flags were flying high for years. Reckless late-night driving, that viral Waffle House brawl that had the internet buzzing, and him flashing weapons in music videos like it was a fashion statement.
Yes, sir.
There's one in the head.
Does your buddy have one as well? All right, just hang tight right here for me. Let me clear this. I don't want any accidental fires.
There's no safety. You gotta take.
There's no safety. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna mess around with that too much. You just set this down right here. Dude, step out for me. Yes, sir. Place your hands behind your back for me. All right, right now you're just being detained. You're not under arrest. I'm gonna be at the church. All right, I appreciate you being cool, man. We're just gonna take a look at this information, make sure it's valid.
I ain't sure it is.
Just take a step to the side for me.
King was stacking up chaos like trophies, and by the time 2024 rolled around, it all came crashing down hard. The arrest footage told the whole ugly story, almost colliding with a police cruiser, banging up his BMW, strapped with a gun on his hip, and then that dusty 2022 warrant finally caught up to him. It looked like every bad decision he ever made circled back and hit him in one night. But the real sting is the timing. Just weeks after that wild arrest, King was posting about becoming a father, showing off his newborn, and even dropped an emotional track called Dear Son, like he was finally ready to turn his life around. Instead of stepping into fatherhood, though, he's now staring down a courtroom that could lock him away for 5 years straight. This isn't just another spoiled rap kid headline. This is a meltdown in motion. From hip-hop royalty to the real possibility of prison time, King Harris's fall from grace started on one October night in 2024 when he pulled out of a gas station in that BMW and nearly slammed head-on into a cop car. You couldn't script this any crazier if you tried. The second those officers walked up, it was already game over. The smell of weed hit them instantly, and then they spotted the gun just chilling on King's hip. At that point, the arrest was guaranteed, no questions asked, but when they ran his name, that's when things spiraled. King still had that dusty old warrant from 2022 hanging over his head.
Son, think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas. His ass going to prison. If he goddamn keep that shit up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. Can't nobody stop it but him. You know what I mean? I've already had that conversation. I've already made my peace with it. Because I know that energy. I was that energy. I know exactly how it's going to turn out.
Tip even said straight up, time is going to be his teacher.
Back then, he got busted for flying down the road, driving on a suspended license, and catching a DUI. But instead of handling business and showing up in court, he just let it sit like a ticking time bomb. And sure enough, by 2024, that one mistake came back to snatch him up for real. The leaked arrest video was insane. First on Badge Chronicles, then blasted across Vlad TV. Almost 30 minutes of raw footage that had fans glued to the screen. You see the cops pulling him out the car, snatching the gun off his hip, cuffing him tight, patting him down, and tossing him straight in the back of the cruiser. King wasn't wilding out. but you could see the frustration all over his face, like he knew the jig was up and there was no sweet talking his way out this time. The cameras caught every second of him being dragged out, cuffed, and locked into the patrol car. Even one officer admitted later that King stayed calm and didn't fight back. But calm or not, he still got shipped to DeKalb County Jail before being transferred over to Pickens.
But what I'm saying is, they wasn't.
You can talk like that outside.
Hey, I can talk how the f I want to wherever I'm at. I'm on live, Shawty. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. This ain't your f***ing restaurant. This ain't your f***ing restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name?
What's your name?
My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. File out your shit.
Come back.
What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here. Come on.
The second that warrant got recalled, everything flipped. One moment King was flexing on Instagram, the next he was sitting in a cold jail cell while the whole internet tuned in like it was a live show. And that's the part that cuts the deepest, because T.I. had been warning everybody about this since way back in 2022, when King first started showing those reckless signs. Tip hit Instagram back then, laying it out plain and simple. If his son didn't slow down, prison was waiting on him. And he wasn't just speaking like a nervous father. He was speaking as a man who lived that life, survived it, and knew the consequences firsthand. He even said straight up, time is going to be his teacher. And now that teacher has arrived in the harshest way possible, in the form of a looming 5-year sentence. Once clips of King's arrest hit the internet, fans instantly pulled up that old T.I. video and went in. Some were like, see? He spoke it into existence. While others actually felt bad, saying no parent deserves to watch their warning play out in real life. Either way, the internet couldn't stop buzzing about how dead-on Tip's prediction was. He read the energy, spotted the pattern, and still King refused to listen.
Treat mine like you treat yours.
Why y'all got so much time, bro? Why y'all always gotta have?
What is it about
It's not illegal to have.
Well, in the manner in which you portraying in the lifestyle, it don't look legitimate, sir. Because I'm not supporting no whore. I'm not. I ain't doing. I'm not. What kind of parents don't support their kids and they'll goddamn slide bigger than you popping it? And then got up there. So just go pull up and they say, hey, who do you belong to? Who raised their hand? Somebody got to raise their hand. I've been seeing him around too here a lot. You gonna raise your own hand? I've been seeing him around too like that. Well, when you got it ain't like I know that. When y'all got around those people, that's called it's not the possession of a commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony. Yeah. Thank you.
Speaking of not listening, we can't ignore that infamous Waffle House meltdown back in 2022. That was the first real moment the public side-eyed him thinking, yeah, this kid's headed straight down the wrong road. That Waffle House fiasco was pure chaos. The video showed King in a full-on screaming match with the staff, going back and forth like he had something to prove. He was puffing his chest, trying to act larger than life, but instead of looking tough, he just came off entitled and completely out of control. And the wildest part, even T.I. couldn't spin that one.
You're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're my sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself...
Tip went live afterward looking straight up baffled, admitting he was perplexed at why his son would even stop his night just to beef with a short order cook. He couldn't understand why King felt the need to match that energy in the first place, and fans agreed it was a bad look all around. That clip of King arguing at Waffle House became one of those moments even his father had to shake his head at.
A lot of people hit me up like, King, I know you tired. You ain't get no sleep. And the truth be told, before this look, I ain't been getting no sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just been outside working, lifestyle. You know, lifestyle just lifing. You know what I'm saying? And, but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep. This up every morning, and then around the morning time, he like to do that little live concert I be doing with him. And he like to walk around the house.
But if the Waffle House blow-up was embarrassing, the gun drama pushed things to a whole new level. Remember that viral moment when T.I. and Boosie had to check their sons on camera? King and Boosie's boy, Tootie Raw, was supposed to be shooting a music video, but instead of focusing on bars, the set looked like a trap house. Guns everywhere, front and center like props. That's when the dads had to step in. You can literally hear Tip calling them out like, why y'all even toting guns when you got girls right here? It was one of those raw parenting moments that showed just how far King was drifting off track. That so-called music lesson turned into a full-on reality check.
Man, get out.
I ain't no
Get
Tupac
out!
actor.
Get out!
I thought that was a looking like Tupac. And
What are you talking about? You never seen Juice?
Yeah, I did. I thought that was a looking like Tupac.
What about when they say Tupac Shakur on the screen?
I ain't see that.
Come on, bro. What are you talking
I
about?
don't watch the credits.
How could you embarrass me like this?
T.I. wasn't just scolding. He was breaking it down piece by piece, showing exactly how one bad move with a weapon or even having the wrong people around could land them in a cell instantly. And the craziest part, he wasn't yelling, he wasn't harsh. He was literally handing them the blueprint to dodge the same mess he once lived through. You can see it clear as day in that clip. T.I. and Boosie both sitting their sons down, spelling out why flashing guns in videos is basically asking for jail time. Fans actually applauded both dads, saying it was rare and refreshing to watch rap legends actively steering their kids away from self-destruction instead of just letting them crash out.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of woosah yourself outside of the public opinion. Then I think, you know, because I tell you what, I have the greatest, most extensive family photo album. I can document and like, I could go back to when King was Eris's age. I can go back to when Major was my granddaughter's age.
But here's where it all went left. You could tell King was nodding along, but he wasn't really listening. He heard the words, but he didn't let the message sink in, and the proof came quick. What had fans really side-eyeing wasn't just the temper tantrums or the gun obsession, it was his personal life making even more noise. When King popped out with a baby mama, the internet went into full meltdown. The woman who goes by Big Nana instantly sparked rumors. Fans swore she was much older than him, and the chatter turned ugly fast. Some people claimed she was just there for the money. Others straight up called her a groupie, chasing a bag. Either way, the age gap had people clowning, but King didn't care one bit. He leaned all the way in, throwing her a whole baby shower, bragging on Instagram about the pregnancy. And when their son was born in November 2024, he couldn't stop showing him off. There's even a clip floating around of King and Big Nana celebrating like life was picture perfect. Not long after, he was online proudly showing off his newborn son, glowing like he had finally stepped into his grown man era. King even dropped a track called Dear Son, writing about how he was ready to step up as a father. His Instagram post read, November 5th, 8:09 a.m., welcome King Jr., time to take over. For a quick moment, it actually looked like fatherhood might be the thing to humble him, like maybe he was finally ready to change lanes. But the timing couldn't have been worse. While King was cradling his newborn and posting like a proud dad on Instagram, that arrest video was circling the internet nonstop, a brutal reminder of the trouble already chasing him down. And the saddest part, nobody was shocked. Fans had been saying for years that his reckless streak would catch up eventually. And now, here it was, playing out exactly like people predicted. So if the judge really throws a 5-year sentence at him, don't be surprised if T.I. looks more broken than mad. He warned him. He tried to steer him right. But when it's your child sitting in court shackled up, that pain cuts in a way no words can cover. And anybody who's seen their podcast knows their bond is real, which means this mess would crush Tip on a whole different level. And let's be real, it won't just hit the family. This whole situation is about to hit T.I.'s public image too. People are already dragging T.I., saying he flopped as a father, that all the money, wisdom, and fame in the world couldn't stop his own son from spiraling out of control. And if King really gets hit with a sentence, those voices are only going to get louder, especially since Tip has always branded himself as the OG dad who preaches life lessons and claims he knows how to guide the next generation. But here's the twist. Ty has always said one thing loud and clear. No matter how messy it gets, his love for King is unconditional. So, you already know, even if he's deeply disappointed, he'll be right there in that courtroom front row, standing by his son when the judge calls his name. And of course, the internet had a field day when the arrest footage and court updates hit every blog. Reactions were all over the map, some clowning him, others strangely impressed, and plenty just hoping he finally wakes up and gets it together. One fan even said King is enjoying every minute. Knowing he might go viral, he knows he's being recorded. I'm glad he was respectful. And honestly, you could see that in the video. King wasn't snapping, he wasn't fighting the cuffs, he was calm. Maybe a little too calm, like he knew this was all just another clip for the blogs. Then came the crowd calling this his so-called street cred moment. Somebody commented, "That man finally got his street cred, he been telling y'all he outside." And that right there shows just how twisted it is. Instead of focusing on raising his newborn, people are acting like King is chasing a jail record just to prove he's real. But it wasn't all harsh trolling. Some people actually showed him grace. One person even wrote, "He gonna be fine. He's been doing good since his son was born, so I'm wishing him blessings. He handled himself well." That's the other side of this messy story. People hoping fatherhood might finally ground him, even if prison ends up being part of the lesson. For T.I., though, it feels like deja vu in the worst way. Watching the same system he once battled now pulling his own son into its grip. And the most painful part? Tip saw this coming from miles away. So let's be clear. This isn't just King Harris wilding out for headlines. This is a real chance at serious prison time, a real consequence that could stamp his life forever, and a real test for T.I. as a father. Because if that judge actually makes the 5-year sentence official, this won't just be another viral clip the blogs eat up. It'll be the moment King's whole future takes a turn he can't rewind. So what do you think? Will fatherhood save him, or will prison write the next chapter of his story? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video. And trust me, you don't want to miss the next one.